Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Ellum Brewing Company. These guys are down in Texas, I think. Yep, they're down in Texas. This was sent to me by Brandon C. down in Texas. Thanks again, Brandon. My friend, my brother, I do appreciate the wonderful beers out of Texas that you send me. This is Oak Cliff Coffee Ale. And what this is an American brown ale brewed with coffee. 7.5%. Very colorful can that they put this in. It does have the ABV written on it. Some of the dark writing is very hard to see. It's got their address on here, and on the bottom of it it says 12/19/17. So this was put in the can on December the 19th, and today is the 12th of February. So not quite 2 months old in the can. Hopefully we're going to still have some big coffee notes on this. A lot of these coffee beers are usually either porters or stouts. This is a brown ale brewed with coffee. So still should be very tasty. The commercial description on Untappd says dark brown ale infused with locally roasted coffee from Panama. So I don't think Panama is local to Texas. It's a little farther away than something that's grown around the corner. This is coffee from Panama brewed with this beer. So I'm hoping it's going to be a really nice coffee beer. But like I said, it's a brown ale instead of a stout or a porter. So that's all we need to talk about. So without further ado, let's pop a top on this bad boy and get it into the glass. And while I'm pouring this, guys, I will tell you cuisine is barbecue, cheeses are earthy, Camembert, Fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, and the meat is beef. Glassware, a pint backer, non-tumbler mug, Silent Sidel. I'm using my favorite Toodle glass. It says here not recommended for extended cellaring because of the coffee. Because the coffee is going to fade. You want to drink these coffee beers just like hoppy beers. Drink them fresh. You're going to get the most out of the coffee if you do. Just like an IPA, you're going to get the most out of the hops if you drink them fresh, guys. A nice half a finger of creamy khaki colored head. Looks very good. It's a very dark brown ale. A little bit of red rubiness down through the thin part of the glass on the bottom here. Not a whole lot of light through here. It's a pretty dark brown ale. Looks pretty good. Let's get it to the nose. Rich roasted malt. A little bit of molasses. And a slight hint of the coffee. The coffee is not standing out on the nose. I'm getting more of some rich roasted malt than I am coffee, so let's give it a taste and see if we can pick that coffee up. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. I am giving coffee on the taste, guys. It's not espresso or off-the-chain coffee. Seems to be fairly mild. For a beer that's only 2 months old with Panama coffee. Probably where they wanted it to be. They probably didn't want the coffee overpowering everything else. Very tasty though. but the coffee is kind of subdued on it. It's there, but it's, like I said, it's not off the chain espresso Sumatra coffee. A lot of the coffees that have big coffee aromas and taste to them. This one is more about a balanced coffee beer. And some of that coffee notes may come out as it warms up, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sip on this for a little bit, let her taste it, and see what we end up with. But probably decent beer. I don't think I said, not blowing my hair back on my socks off right now, but let's sip on it for a while, see what we get. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for a while. Decent beer. I mean, not outstanding, world class or anything like that. The coffee's there, but it's a little subdued. I was expecting a little more coffee notes on this one, since it's got coffee in big letters on the front of the can and being as fresh as it is. A good, if you've not had a coffee beer before and you don't like those big, dark, thick imperial stout coffee beers or porters, this may be something to jump into if you like coffee, and where the coffee's not going to be off the chain and blow your palate out of your mouth and not be too thick or heavy. This is a 7.5%er, but it doesn't drink like that. It drinks more like a 6 or 6.5%. But enjoyable, but still enjoyable. So Brandon, thanks a bunch for sending it to me. Now that it's warmed up, there is a little bit more coffee notes, but it's still not off the chain or anything like that. Decent beer, a nice entry-level coffee beer, if you will. Very nice. I did enjoy this beer. I'm not sure it'd be something that I would pick up if it was available here. I like a little bit more coffee notes than what I'm getting on this one. And the brown ales are usually a little on the thinner side as opposed to a stout, which are usually a little thicker, a little heavier mouthfeel than what the brown ales are. So it is a little thin like brown ale. It fits the category, guys. It does. So final chug. Very enjoyable, guys. I did like this beer. Like I said, not quite up to what I normally drink in a coffee stout or a porter, especially in the imperial versions. This is not quite to that category, being 7.5%, but still tasty. B plus for me, guys. I'm gonna give this 89. That's where I'm gonna put this one. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate has 3.98, which is kicking the door down on an A grade, if you will. So it is a tasty beer, guys, and I would agree with that. Over to Untapped, they have it at 3.93. Also, their B plus range. You got to grade these guys on a curve, so it's a B plus beer all the way around from Beer Advocate and Untapped and myself. So if you've had this one from Deep Ellum Brewing Company down in Texas, this is their Oak Cliff Coffee Ale. And if you've had it, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.